Hey guys, I just wanted to go over two things that we kind of covered in class last night, but some of you may not be aware. One is a big thing called rendering, and it really affects the computers at the U of S because they don't have strong internals. And so sometimes when you're trying to play back a clip like this, yellow plays okay, green plays great, but red is very choppy, and you'll see it right here. Oh. It's very choppy. And basically that just means it's not rendered. Red means not rendered. So in the old school video editing programs, you had to render things, meaning that it has to kind of like rewrite the video to your hard drive so that it can play back fast. Normally, if you have a really good computer, it won't make a difference. The new Final Cut Pro does this in the background. The only way I could actually make mine turn red is when I exported a clip through Adobe Dynamic Link to After Effects. And I'll show you that little process right now. I can grab this clip, which is right there. Hit File, Adobe Dynamic Link, replace with After Effects Composition. It just opens up, and I can just grab any effect, throw it on there, hit Command S to save. It takes a few seconds, but you'll see that it turns red right here. And again, it should go a little choppy, but you can see there's the effect. So how I can fix this is click anywhere on my timeline, hit Command A. That selects all of your clips. And under Sequence, you can render selection. Depending on your computer, this will either go very fast or can go slow, which is unfortunate for some people, but that is the limitation of the computer. This is actually way faster than it used to be. You used to have to render for hours on any single project, and that's something that Final Cut Pro, for example, has replaced. This rendering happens in the background whenever you're not doing something. And so that makes it really nice and easy. Let's just say I don't need all of it rendered. I just need some of it rendered. I'll just hit cancel. And so you can also go like, okay, render. I can render this clip by right-clicking. Should be a render. Oh, maybe not. Render. Oh, not replace. I can also just go back there, render, and it should just write that clip, and that theoretically should turn green. I have quite a few things running on my computer, so it might not be as fast as I'd like. So there you go, you can start to see it turn green, and when I am trying to play back, when it turns green, it will play back very smooth. Cancel. I'll just kind of show you the difference there. So here's my playback. It's a weird effect, but that was the effect. So again, I could re-render everything. Command A, sequence, render, selection. I'll just let that render in the background while I talk about the next step, which is how to screen record. It's actually what I'm doing right now, which is why I had to take this screen capture. So if you want to screen capture, it's as simple as using QuickTime. QuickTime is built into every single app or the Mac, and all you need to do is physically type in QuickTime, hit QuickTime. Nothing should happen. If you've recorded a video before, it might pop up on screen. But you would click new screen recording. I can't right now because I am screen recording. When you click that, you will get this little pop-up screen recording, and I always just click on this tiny little drop-down menu, and depending on what you have plugged in, right now I have a plugged-in external microphone. You can have Apple earbuds that have that little microphone, or you can just use the computer built-in audio, which is what this one is. But make sure that you do have audio or you won't be able to hear your voice. So this is what I would suggest using when you're looking at doing your video explanation of your editing process. You can just hit, once you click on record, it'll say you can select a portion of the screen or you can select the whole screen entirely. And so if you click record, you'll see there's a little button up here that is a stop sign. That's how you can stop recording. And after that, it basically will open up your final video, and you can export that right from QuickTime to YouTube. And I find that is by far the easiest way to kind of show me internally what you've done. Again, the alternate is to screen capture kind of things like this, and you can do a little write-up, but I find that this might be way easier for you. So I would definitely suggest that. It's also something I use pretty much every day in my teaching. I love it because you can export right to YouTube from QuickTime. So within 5 minutes of a lesson, I can have the video up, and you'll see that here right away. So clicking on that, again, this is almost done. You can see some of that red, some of the yellow is turning green. You can cancel it at any time. It doesn't cancel the whole process. And once it hits red here, you can see it's a little choppier. It is playing, but it's significantly choppier. So again, rendering is very important. But again, I'm not happy with how Adobe is working on these school computers. So I will make the announcement in this email saying that for the final project, you may create a final project with any means necessary. So I will no longer require you to use Premiere Pro just because it is not working how it needs to work. And unfortunately, that frustration should not be on you guys. And I'm very sorry that it isn't working, because it is a great program when it's working properly. As you can see on my computer, it does work fairly well. I'm really happy with it on my computer, but I have a fairly top-of-the-line machine. So unfortunately, we're not there at the university anymore. And yes, so if you have to explore other options, iMovie is suitable. Again, I might go through the lynda.com training on iMovie. You can do some cool things with iMovie. It's just basically a very simplified version of what we're working on. So again, for the final project, you may use any means necessary to create your 5 to 10 minute video. All right, and to end the screen recording, I'll just click on the little stop sign, and that will be the end of the recording.